In a quaint old farmhouse nestled among towering oaks and blooming gardens, Martha and Joseph Reynolds began their morning. Golden sunlight streamed through the kitchen windows as Martha, her silver hair neatly tied back, gently poured coffee into Joseph's favorite cup. "Happy anniversary, my love," Joseph said warmly, a soft smile on his lips. His aged hand nudged a small box across the wooden table toward her. Even after 5 decades together, the way he looked at her hadn't changed, like she was the light of his life. Martha opened the box and found a finely carved wooden brooch with 2 intertwined roses. Her fingers traced the delicate design. "You crafted this yourself?" she asked in wonder. "I've been working on it in the shed for weeks," Joseph replied. "Thought it would go nicely with the dress you wear to church." With a tender smile, Martha fastened the brooch to her blouse, her heart full of love and gratitude. Martha looked up from the brooch, her eyes misty with emotion. "It's beautiful, Joseph, just like our life together, carved with love, a little rough around the edges, but full of meaning." Joseph reached out and took her hand, his thumb brushing across her knuckles. "We've had quite the journey, haven't we?" She nodded, memories flooding her mind, raising 3 children, seasons of hardship, laughter echoing through the walls, Christmas mornings by the fire, and summer nights under the stars. Through every moment, they had held on to each other. After breakfast, Joseph stood and stretched his back with a small groan. "Come on now, I've got another surprise for you." Martha gave him a curious look. "Another one?" "Joseph Reynolds, you've outdone yourself already." He chuckled. "Just wait." He led her out the back door, through the dew-kissed grass of the garden she had lovingly tended for decades. Roses, tulips, and wild daisies swayed in the gentle breeze. As they walked past the old oak tree, she noticed something new. A wooden bench under the branches, freshly built and engraved with the words, "Joseph and Martha, 50 years of blooming together." Her hand flew to her mouth in surprise. "Oh, Joseph." "I built it last month," he said, beaming. "Figured it was time we had a new spot to sit together and watch the seasons change, just like we always have." They sat down side by side, the morning sun warming their backs. A pair of bluebirds chirped above them in the branches, as if joining in the celebration. Martha leaned her head on his shoulder. "You remember how we used to sit here when the kids were young? This tree was just a sapling." Joseph smiled. "I remember. We were younger then too. But look at us now. Still rooted, still growing." For a while they just sat in silence, letting the memories speak louder than words. Later that afternoon, their children and grandchildren arrived, bringing balloons, laughter, and the scent of fresh apple pie. The farmhouse buzzed with life. Photos from their wedding day were framed and placed around the living room. Their granddaughter played the piano, filling the air with a sweet tune that echoed through the old wooden walls. During the celebration, Joseph stood up and raised a toast. "To my Martha, the heart of this home, the love of my life, here's to 50 years of grace, grit, and God's goodness." Martha smiled through her tears. "And here's to 50 more in heaven one day." They clinked glasses, surrounded by family, love, and the quiet knowing that theirs was a story of endurance, faith, and a love that only grew stronger with time. That evening, as the sun dipped low, casting golden light over the fields, Joseph and Martha returned to their bench beneath the oak tree. Hand in hand, they watched the stars appear, just as they had done so many times before. It was the perfect ending to a beautiful day and a beautiful life still unfolding.